can you start thinking in Spanish, or can you start thinking in German language or French language? Can you do that? We can think in any language only if we have. What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video we are going to talk about how we can start thinking in English, how to think in English. As you can see, this is the title of our video. Of course, I'm going to share the points that the tips that I have experienced myself. Ultimately I'm sharing my own experience, and this is something that I have seen, I have observed that most of the people say, and most of the people have got better in thinking in English with the help of these tips only. I'm also a learner just like you. I'm not someone who is claiming that I'm a very good English speaker or I always think in English only. It's not like that. I am also a learner. So first of all, I would like to tell you that please watch this entire video. Only then you will get the benefit out of it. Right? What I personally feel is, if we see someone who is on the same path or on in the same course that we are in, and if we see someone who was not good at something but now that person has progressed, so we are always able to relate with that person more rather than relating with the person who is already at a very good level and we don't know about his or her past. I hope you got it what I'm trying to say here. Right, so I'm also someone, and I also get inspired with those kind of people whom I know, or whom I saw earlier that they were not good at something but now they are really good at. So it always makes me feel so intrigued and so interested, so curious to know what all tips they tried. Right. Similarly, I think I can also be of some help. So whatever thing goes, whatever I feel that can be of help for someone, I try to share in my videos. Okay, how to think in English. See, thinking in English or thinking in whatever language, the most important thing is we can think in any language only if we have consumed a lot in that language. By consumption, what I'm trying to say is consumption of a language basically means there are two things. See, you can see here on your screen. Yeah. So what I mentioned here is start consuming English. The first most important thing is thing of consumption is start reading in English. You will have to read a lot in English. Start reading in English. Whatever you want to read, whatever topic you are interested in, whatever that is, don't read that in your native language. Start reading in English only, because we can think of something that is already there in our head. Can you think about something that you have not heard about, or that you don't have any word for in your mind? We cannot. Can you think in English? I'm sorry. Can you start thinking in Spanish, or can you start thinking in German language or French language? Can you do that? I bet you cannot. Why? Because we have not consumed that language, right? So you cannot think in a language that you have not consumed till now. Same goes for English. How can we start thinking in English? Because in order to speak proper English, or better English, I should say, you should have English in your head. You should have some phrases and some sentences, words in your head. Only then you can speak, right? Otherwise, how can someone speak? Nobody can. So start reading in English. This is the first most important thing. And the second most important thing is start listening to English. Whatever you are interested in, be it a movie or any documentary or any topic that you're interested in, maybe it could be sports, it could be anything related to movies, it could be cartoons or comedy, it can be anything. Don't fall in trap that we just have to consume English so you are watching any damn thing. No. Watch things that interest you, that are of your own interest. That's what I have tried, and that's what I am doing in order to improve my English. Whenever I read something, I read in English only. And we should not have an excuse, oh, how should I read in English? I do not have anything, I do not have books or something. You have internet. And on internet, there are a lot of articles, a lot of websites, and I don't know how much of content is there in English. You just have to go, you just have to Google about any topic, about any person or any damn thing, and you will find loads of pages, loads of websites and articles which you can read for days. You can read for days even about a very small thing. So internet is loaded with a lot of information. This is not at all an excuse. Read. If you write book, if you read books, if you like, reading books, you can read books. Whatever topic you are interested in, just go. If you are interested about, any person, any celebrity, or any event, or history, future, sports, any damn thing, it's available on internet. Read in English. Don't read in Hindi or in any of your native language. Listening, again, I have already talked about this thing. So these are the only two things that you have to do in order to consume English. And once you start consuming English, once you start pouring all those words and phrases in your head, you will ultimately start thinking in English. It won't happen from the very first day. It won't happen in a week or a month maybe, but you will start feeling some improvement and some changes in your thought process, because now you're consuming a lot of English. If you consume English on a daily basis, whatever you are seeing, whatever you are watching, it's in English only. Of course, I'm not saying if something is very important to you and if you are really bad at English, still you should consume that in English only. Okay, see, there are some times when you can go, where you can consume the content in your native language if it is very important to you and something is urgent to you. Then of course that's an exception, you can say. But majorly it should be in English only, and you will see the changes. That's what I have applied on myself, and I have seen some significant changes, some significant improvement in myself. I won't elongate this video so much. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you find anything sensible in this I was about to say movie in this video, or if you feel that these things can help you, which I'm sure it will help you. I mean, there is no other science, there is no other way that you can start thinking until and unless science or scientists create some magic pill or something one day which you consume, and from the very next day you start speaking in English. That's a different thing, but otherwise this is the only way that will help you in thinking, in starting to think in English. And once you start thinking in English, you can speak English in a very in a much better way. You can see, even my English is not good. I'm also learning, I'm also on it, on this path, so that I can become a better speaker. But there is one thing for sure: if we continue to practice, we will get better. Thank you so much. We'll see you in the next video. Bye. Tata.